Hi, this is Ken, and we are continuing our wealth creation in the 21st century. It's your money and your life. Today we're going to talk about living benefits and life insurance. There's been a lot of talk about living benefits recently, and there's been a lot of press about it, and people are asking a lot of questions about living benefits. So what we wanted to do is explore living benefits very briefly so you can understand what living benefits are and how they may be able to help your family. Living benefits at a glance, we basically in the life insurance industry look at three types of illnesses when talking about living benefits. Those are terminal illnesses, chronic illnesses, and critical illnesses. Now there's a lot of other facets of living benefits that are coming on board and people are utilizing on a day-to-day basis now, and that can go all the way from mortgage protection all the way to college scholarships. So please understand that these three are what are the benchmark for living benefits, but there are a lot of other ancillary programs that are being added every day to this whole consortium of what we call living benefits life insurance. What are living benefits in life insurance? Basically, the old view of life insurance was you paid money into a program to protect your family, and if you were to pass away, the life insurance company would give your family a benefit or a what they call a death benefit. That was the old view, that it was more or less a one-way situation where you paid, whether it be for term life insurance, whole life insurance, or index or any other product. It was going into a fund, and at that time when someone passed away who was the insured, they would basically have the beneficiary receive a cash benefit. That's the old way, like I said before. Now there are other ways that insurance products are evolving over time. We are living longer, and as we live longer, people are looking for other ways to maintain their income, protect their income, and so the insurance industry, like every other technology, has to evolve and change. And so living benefits are a part of that evolution of change to basically help people have a better life. Health costs are out of control, we all know that, and one of the things that living benefits can do is help you through a crisis when you are running out of money in terms of health costs and taking care of your family members. 62% of families must declare bankruptcy because someone has been diagnosed with a terminal illness, such as cancer, or someone has a critical event happen in their life, such as a heart attack or a stroke. So what living benefits is doing is helping people to basically increase the amount of money that they can put towards the costs of a tragic event happening in their life while they are still living. The big three, as I said before, are chronic illness, critical illness, and terminal illness. And we're going to break down each one of those and define what they are. Chronic illness is simply this. They're what we call ADLs, or activities for daily living. And there are 6 of those activities for daily living that if you cannot do 2 of those, you would be considered in a chronic illness position. For example, if you were to fall down and hurt your back and over a period of time, or if you were to start suffering dementia, once you are diagnosed with what we call a chronic back injury or dementia, what would happen is you would be able to take a portion of the death benefit from your living benefits life insurance policy and use that to help cover some of the costs of living with that chronic illness. Next, we have a critical illness, and that is heart attack, stroke, or any illness that comes upon you suddenly, and either you live through it or you don't live through it. Well, living benefits will basically help you with that critical illness. For example, if your kidneys are going bad and you need to have a kidney transplant, well, you can take money from your death benefit of your living benefits insurance policy and help pay for that. And one of the important things about that is that you will be able to live longer without suffering through a major financial crisis, which, like I said before, bankrupts many families when they have certain events in their lives. Then there's terminal illness. For example, if someone is diagnosed with cancer, I like to keep things a little light, and there's a guy who was diagnosed with lung cancer, and he went to his doctor, and his doctor told him that he had basically less than 2 years to live and to get his affairs in order. So what did he do? Well, he decided to take his living benefit and his American Express card and take a whirlwind trip around the world. And he had a great time, and he was out on the road for several months. He came back pretty much close to that 18-month period of time, and went to see the doctor to let him know that he was ready to get his affairs in order. And the doctor basically told him, it's funny that once I found out that you were on a trip, that I wanted to tell you that I had read the wrong film. But anyway, terminal illness is a serious event, and when someone is diagnosed, it is a devastating financial event for a family as well as an emotional event. Well, living benefits can help you get through some of that, and you can use the money any way you want. So if you are diagnosed and you only have a short period of time to live, you can take that money, give it to relatives, give it to friends, do whatever you want to do with it. It is a part of the living benefits portion of your life insurance policy. Now, there are 3 things that will happen to you over the course of your lifetime. Number 1, you're going to live long. You'll live a long and healthy life. Number 2, you may pass away early. You may die early. And number 3, which happens to all of us, we will get sick over the period of time. And that's why living benefits is so important, is because we're going to spend most of our time as we get older and living longer. We may have these chronic conditions come up in our lives and we get sick. And so what do these 3 things all have in common? Whether we're going to live long, we're going to die early, or we're going to get sick. Well, the answer to that question is simply this. They all take money. It all costs money. So that's what's important to understand about how living benefits work. Now, what are the benefits of life insurance? Well, if you live long, you can have a tax-free retirement. If you look at some of the programs that we have with life insurance in terms of creating a wealth legacy passed down, you can actually have a tax-free retirement fund built within your life insurance policy that you'll be able to put in tax-free and take out tax-free. If you die early, of course, there is the traditional death benefit, which is tax-free, and that will be given to your beneficiary. Whoever you have designated to be your beneficiary will receive a tax-free death benefit, which is a standard part of a life insurance product. And if you get sick, we, of course, like I said earlier, have the living benefits that will help you along financially and help create a peace of mind knowing that you have coverage if something were to happen to you. The numbers tell the story. Every day things happen all over the world. As I said before, if someone is given a terminal illness, 62% of the families must declare bankruptcy because what they're trying to do, they're trying to save that person's life. They want to basically do whatever they can to keep that person alive. And that usually means clearing out all your accounts, selling your house, doing whatever you need to do to keep that person alive because you love them. Let's look at the numbers. 20 to 50 million people are disabled via a car accident every year. Now think about that. If they are disabled and if they're not insured, what could happen to them and their family financially? 5,723 people die from being hit by a car every year. Now, of those 5,723 who die, think of how many other people are disabled and can't work anymore and can't do those 6 activities of daily living anymore because they were hit by a car. So those are just a couple of things that can happen with a car. Well, if you look at also, 3,000 people are admitted to burn centers every year from electrocution. Some of those people will be permanently disabled and will not be able to perform work anymore because of their electrocution. Things happen all the time, and we got to understand life happens. If you're working on a construction site, you may get hit by a beam and disabled. It doesn't matter where you are and what you're doing, life happens and things happen all the time. And that's why it's very important that we all have to find a way to basically protect our finances and our families. The bottom line is this: get your coverage before you need it. And what that simply means is this: if you are put into a position where you have a chronic, critical, or any kind of illness, and once you're diagnosed with that, you can't go out and try to find some insurance that will help you cover it. Life insurance doesn't work that way, and that's why we always tell people, get your coverage before you need it, because you never know when you're going to need it. As a part of this series, of course, I always want to throw in a trivia question, and so today's trivia question is simply this: what is the rule of 72, and who came up with the concept? For those people who send me an email to let me know what the answer is, they will get a digital copy of the 10 Daily Habits of Successful People. And all you have to do is email it to me at ceo@kenjwin.com. Now, what do you need to do? You need to take action now. It takes less than 10 minutes to get a living benefits quote. Call today and start protecting your family. Call today and protect you and your family. The information that you can use is right here. You can see it and know that I am available through instant chat. I use Skype. I use Zoom. I can sit down with you and in 10 minutes online show you a quote and how it can benefit you and your family. The important thing to remember is it's your life and your money. Don't let a tragic event affect how your family will be taken care of if something were to happen to you and you were to become disabled. We need more people understanding that life insurance is really insuring your life while you live. Life insurance is a living benefit for those people who want to basically live a life with peace of mind, knowing that any event that could happen in their lives will be covered. I look forward to talking to you on the next video in our series, and I won't tell you what it's going to be about, but you will have fun understanding the concept. So once again, take action now. Give me a call anytime, and I will help you get the living benefit and living benefits into your life and into your family. It doesn't take much. And by the way, just so you know, the average cost of, say, $500,000 worth of coverage, which will give you a significant living benefit on a term life insurance policy, would be no more than $40 or $30 per month. So you can have substantial coverage in your life for, a lot less than it costs to go out on a nice dinner for two. So once again, take action now. If you don't want to talk to me about life insurance, talk to someone, because it is needed and it is necessary. So once again, I look forward to talking to you on the next video in our series.